Hi guys, today I will be reviewing this Christmas decoration light. It is a set of 50 LEDs which are solar powered. I bought it at the Action a couple of days ago. Yeah, let's see what's in it, what it does. Let's put it on first. Doesn't do nothing. And yes, when I make it dark, the 50 LEDs will light. It's too bad that the LEDs are cold white. I preferred warm white for these, but okay. And yeah, it's probably charging right now of the light of my desk. That's the reason why the LEDs are not lighting. And yeah, let's crack it open. I'll leave it on, get some nice effects on the video. It feels absolutely cheap. It was cheap, so it feels like its price. And this thing on top here is the solar panel. It's absolutely hideous. Let's see if the camera can get some focus on it. Come on. Yeah, there it is. It's yeah, there's 4 pieces of solar panel right there, and it's just poured in resin. They spilled it a bit here, and it looks awful. It does the job, obviously, but it's terrible to see. It's not nice to look at. So one screw is still in there. There we go. So let's see, one cell and 2 wires coming off the solar panel. Oh, this feels very light. 600 milliamp hours, and it's probably, oh, this this can't be right. It's probably some material in here, and the rest is filled with plastic or something. Maybe I'll crack it open. So let's see. Probably should take another bit for my screwdriver. That's better. And that's on the battery end. Right. Oh, that is all there is to it. One resistor probably, a switch, and a regulator, and it's actually got the name under. It's the YC8019, and I'm not exactly familiar with it, but what it probably does is when it detects power from the solar panel, the red and the blue, it will charge the battery, and when there is no light, it will use the power of the battery only when this is switched on. It's a very simple setup. It works, but I'm really curious what's inside of this battery. So I'm gonna crack it open. Knife. Right, plastic cap. Oh, that's going to be hard to open. Oh god, it's very, very light. Is there some... Oh yes, yes, yes. I'm probably shorting it a couple of times, but since it's only 600 milliamp hours, I'm not too worried about that. Ow. Oh, it's a bitch to open. It is getting warm. Don't know if that's because of my hands or because it's shorted. It is shorted. I think it is. Yes, it is that short. All right. Right. Ah, darn. I have to beat it all the way. Yeah. And I probably have to watch it because edges will probably be a little sharp. And I don't mind bleeding, but these chemicals in my blood, I don't particularly like that. Well, there's more battery in it than I expected. There's the cathode. Or, ugh. Ugh, it's oily. Oh, that's not. Looks like a electrolytic capacitor. Oh, that's sharp. Real nice and warm, yep. Well, I'm back again. I hope you enjoyed me cutting myself. It was bleeding like hell. It is like what we call in Dutch een flinke jaap. A huge jape or something in my finger. I'm actually bleeding through this bandage. Yes, it's like I said, I don't mind bleeding, which I did. I just probably called it. This battery just didn't want to die. It died, and it made a piece of my thumb die with it. Yeah, that's it. It's a wordless, very light, rechargeable battery. It probably lasts a couple of times of recharging, but that's it. I'm going to replace it in this unit for a little higher capacity, because I do like the ornament. I like the lights. Yeah, but this battery it won't have lasted, wouldn't have lasted very long. Well, my thumb actually starts to hurt a lot. It's beating with the rhythm of my heart. So maybe I have to go see a doctor or something. I don't know. I've probably sucked out all the chemicals from the wound, but I don't know. I'll let it bleed for a moment, I guess. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed me hurting myself. Yeah, in the next video you probably see me with another bandage, or me with a huge wound on my thumb. Okay, so thanks for watching. So here's a quick update on the solar LED. When I was recording this video, I thought that this was a resistor. It turns out it is not. It is a conductor, and it acts as a joule thief in this setup. I've connected my DSO138 oscilloscope, oscilloscope unit to the LEDs. And as you can see, it's in the 10 microsecond setting right now. It oscillates very heavily. The LEDs are probably on 50% of the time, but it happens so fast that I can not see it with the naked eye. Even if I move the LEDs very fast, I cannot see them flickering or anything. So, and we also see here it's in the 0.5 volt setting, so it oscillates between, I've got it in the AC mode right now, so it's oscillating between 0 and around 1.5, 1.2 volts, and these LEDs are running at 1.2 volts, and that's quite amazing. Most white LEDs run on 3 volts, but this one does at 1.2. The other thing I was wondering about this setup is the switch. When it's turned off, would it actually charge the battery? And yes, it does. When it's turned off, so the unit does not light, it still charges the battery, and that's good. I thought it would not do that. So that's what I wanted to tell about this unit and this thing, this chip over here. It's not a YC8019, it is a YX8019, and they call it, it's a Chinese device, and they call it a solar LED driver. And it works, and it works good, and it runs these LEDs at 1.2 volts. So yeah, that's what I wanted to tell about this device before I cut my finger. It's probably it's a couple of days now since it happened, and it's healing very well. It hurts a little bit, but still, I didn't see a doctor. But as in a reaction to me cutting myself, I put my thumb in my mouth to suck out all the chemicals which I had on my thumb when I was opening the battery, because I wanted to lay out the battery so you can see the nickel metal hydrate battery. But by sucking off the chemicals from my thumb, I actually burned my mouth. There were blisters on my lips. Yeah, that was probably a very stupid thing to do, but at least I've got now chemicals in my blood, and it healed probably the same evening. But it was a nasty wound, and it was a nasty battery, and yeah, I hate myself for opening it. I should have left it there. It was a 600 milliamp battery. This YX8019 is, when I look at the data sheet, it says that it should have a 600 milliamp hour battery. I've put in a 1800, which I had lying somewhere around. But probably this LED driver, as they call it, it probably cannot handle a 1800 milliamp hour battery, or it cannot use its full capacity, but we'll see. It works. LEDs are working, battery's working, it's working fine so far. So I'll leave it in there since I destroyed the previous battery and it destroyed a part of me. So as you can see, when the solar panel charges, when light hits us the panel, for if you even can call this a solar panel, the power to the LEDs shuts off immediately, and when I turn it a little bit, you can see that the Thule Thief is actually doing its job by pulsating the LEDs very fast. So that was my update on this device, and thanks for watching.